After the success of the Crash Bandicoot remake, Vicarious Visions have brought back the Tony Hawk's franchise with their remake of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's been 14 years since Tony Hawk's Project 8, which is what I would consider the last true Tony Hawk's game. Not only because it was the final one to be developed by Neversoft, but because ever since then there hasn't been a decent Tony Hawk's game.
Finally, there's a game that you can play at home where you actually stand on the board, and it really brings the experience of skateboarding to a whole new level.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 was released in 2015, which paraded itself as a reinvigoration of the series, but was in truth more of a cash grab. Now that the original game is 21 years old, does this aging series still have the legs to do a kickflip, or will it be another bail? The first thing we're greeted to in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is a video package introducing us to the skaters themselves. Obviously, the Birdman himself is here, and thankfully he's joined by all of the skaters from the original games, including Buddy Mullen, Chad Musker and Bucky Lasek. Not only do we have the classic skaters, there are a bunch of fresh faces too, like Letitia Buffoni, Shane O'Neill and Tony's son, Riley Hawk. Each of the skaters have their own challenges, which allow you to unlock outfits and decks, as well as in-game cash. The cash, which can all be earned by playing the game itself, can be used to buy a plethora of skateboard parts, clothes and accessories. There are hundreds of items to unlock and buy. The customization options are massive. It'll take you a long while to unlock everything, and that's without shop updates which happen every day. My only gripe is when you're creating your own skater, there's just a handful of stock faces to choose from and a body which is one size fits all. It would have been nice to be able to customise the physical attributes of your own skater, similarly to how the WWE games do, though that might have been a bit much of an ask. Creator Park has made a return in this remake, though from what I've played it seems quite bare bones. There seems to be just one option on location, which is essentially Venice Beach. I have seen examples of people working around this and making huge pyramids for you to get lost in and skate through. Finding these few decent levels can be a slog, trawling through the half-built messes and parks which have been purposely built to cheat the trophy system. Still though, I'm glad it's there so I can mess about and make my local skate park. Every level from the original games is here, from warehouse to boring, all of them looking fantastic and feeling just how you remember. The challenges are exactly as they were, so if you remember where the secret tapes are hidden, you'll breeze through it with ease. If you are new to the series, this game does have a gradual learning curve, so it's quite forgiving on beginners, though you might have trouble with certain collectible challenges, such as smashing the bells on the first school level. They can be quite hard to spot. Veterans, don't be disheartened though. As I said earlier, each skater has their own challenges, some of which can be particularly tricky, especially gap challenges where you're not allowed to use a certain trick type like a manual or a revert. The campaign mode having that 2-minute timer gives it that addictive quality. You'll soon find yourself saying, just one more game, just one more game. And before you know it, you'll be late for work and forgetting to feed your kids. There's an online speedrun mode too, which gives perfectionists something to keep striving for. Completing each of the level challenges in as fast a time as possible proves to be a real tough challenge. The best time I've managed to beat is Warehouse in less than 100 seconds, which was around 1000th on the leaderboard. If you don't fancy playing alone, you can hop online and play against friends or others. The standard matchmaking works in groups of 10, where you compete against each other in a carousel of classic modes like Trick Attack and Graffiti, with levels selected at random every few rounds. It's not just online though, it wouldn't be a Tony Hawk's game without local multiplayer, and this is no different, so you'll be able to beat your mates in a game of horse, and you'll be able to throw your controller at them when they beat you. The moveset has been simplified from the later Tony Hawk's games, and gone as some of the more outlandish things you can do in Thug or American Wasteland. You won't be seeing any of the Jackass crew around this time.
Oh dude, you guys are total.
Are you crying?
Yeah.
Thankfully, Vicarious Visions hasn't completely stripped away all of the tricks introduced post Pro Skater 2. We do have rebirths, we do have spine transfers and acid drops, all of which will have become second nature to any Tony Hawk veteran and are easily picked up by beginners, so you'll be racking up some sick scores and insane combos in no time. If you're of a certain age and you were playing the Tony Hawk's games the first time around, these games were essentially the playlist of your teen years. You're in for a treat too, because the bulk of the original soundtrack is being included. As soon as you hear Goldfinger's Superman, you'll be pining to bring back the early 2000s with baggy jeans, blockbuster video shots. There's a bunch of new tracks too, so you're not just skating with the oldies, and they all fit right in, to the point where there's a song which sounds like it was made 20 years ago until you hear the words Twitter and Facebook. Vicarious Visions must have made a deal with the devil, because this is the second franchise they've brought back from the dead. The Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was a fantastic remake, and this is even better. Everything that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 does, it does to a T. The issues I have with it are extremely minor, and if you wanted to, you could easily remedy them with an update. You can binge for hours at a time, or you can just pick it up and play for 5 minutes. It has that pick up and play quality, which I feel has been absent recently. In a time where games seem to either be a battle royale or a movie-like cinematic experience, Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 is what it is, and that is purely a great game. Vicarious Visions has done it again. This hit of nostalgia is the exact medicine I've needed in 2020. If you're looking for a fantastic distraction from what's going on in the world, I couldn't recommend this game enough. Vicarious Visions, please remake Def Jam Vendetta. Have you played the Tony Hawk's remakes? Let us know what you think in the comments, or suggest a game for us to review. Thanks for watching everyone, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, leave us a like, and you should check out some of our other videos. Until next time folks, GG's.